What's going on, YouTube's back at it again. Friday workout today, shortest workout of the week. And I'm glad it was the shortest workout of the week because I was unmotivated and tired, and it was hot outside, and I was being a baby about it. But what are you going to do? Started off today with a bunch of pull-ups and eventually got into the squats. Today's sets of squats, it was, 8 sets of 4, and the weight was 265, which I liked it. I was cool with it. I felt good. Form felt good. Hips felt good. Knees felt good. Everything's clicking. Everything's been moving really well. I've been right on the cusp of being sore for the last 3 weeks. I've never actually been sore. I've just been, I did something, And I think that's sometimes that's the sweet spot for weightlifting. You're not shredding the muscle to pieces to the point where you can't keep doing stuff, but you're feeling it just enough. So you're stimulating the muscle, you're growing, but you're not too sore to have to stop, So obviously there's a time and a place to shred the muscle and push your limits. But for consistency, for long-term gains, you want to ride that line of not sore at all and sore, So I feel like I've been cruising right through that sweet spot for 3 weeks, which is fine by me. Today, I was doing some weighted pull-ups. Started with some basic scap pull-ups, and then cranked out a set after my 5 sets of 5 weighted. I did 25 pounds of 5 sets of 5 weighted. Cranked out a set of 10 regular pull-ups at the end. I kind of wanted to talk today about, I guess, just the awesomeness of pull-ups and how they're a movement. I don't know. I feel like they're an underrated movement. I feel like they don't get enough street cred, and they deserve way more. It's one of the most fundamental human things we can do. The ability to pull yourself up, whether that's up and over something, up and over a wall, up or into a tree, up and over a fence, whatever. It takes coordination. It takes upper body strength. It takes core strength. I remember, what was it, 7th grade? I was at public school, 7th grade, and I was always a strong kid, athletic and whatnot, but they had I don't even know what they called it, like the fitness test where you had to run a mile. They did like a hamstring sit and reach test, a push-up test, and then there was pull-ups. And if I remember correctly, I don't think I was able to get a single pull-up. There was some, this was 7th grade. There was some kid there who had stayed back like 3 years, and he was able to get 1 or 2. But I don't think I got a single one. And it's not even it's a movement that your body can always do. It just doesn't know that it can do it yet. I feel like, I don't know, maybe other people have the same experience, but if you ask an untrained athlete to do a pull-up, what do? They typically pull with their arms. My arms aren't strong enough. But at the end of the day, it has nothing to do with your arms. Your arms are just like a tertiary muscle that should be, or muscle groups that should be utilized for the pull-up. The pull-up should be the lats, the rhomboids, all your scapular stability muscles, your rotator cuff, your abdominal muscles. It's everything, and it's your body syncing up those movements and learning, or I guess syncing up those muscle recruitments and learning how to do it. That gets you to be able to achieve the pull-up. Obviously, if those muscles fatigue, you can utilize more arms, more bicep strength, and then grip strength comes into play, of course. But at first, it's just your body not understanding the fundamentals, not understanding how to in theory pull with the elbows, drive with the elbows, contract the lats, contract the rhomboids, pull the scapula down, lock yourself into place. There's even torque that happens through the wrists, through the forearms, kind of turning and rotating your humerus and your arms to better recruit the lats. And that just takes time and experience. On top of that, hanging from a bar, from an evolutionary standpoint, is super, super helpful and healthy for our shoulders. Just opening up the pec, stretching out the lats, reversing kind of that seated, sitting in the car, sitting at the table eating, sitting at a desk all day at school or whatnot, reversing that posture, opening up the brachial plexus, opening up the pecs, just allowing that blood flow and the body to feel that overhead position. Obviously it's theorized in our evolution and in our past that was a popular, necessary movement for our human form. And unless you're doing some type of overhead athletics or I don't know, I guess a construction job or some type of manual labor job where you're constantly lifting your arms overhead, it doesn't come up often in our lives. And you go and you see older people especially who have endured the time of, just a length of time in their battle against gravity. And what happens? Their postures fall apart. They can barely do overhead activities in a lot of times because of damage to the rotator cuff. And it's just, if you ignore a position long enough and don't work through it and don't utilize it and don't strengthen it, things fall apart, sadly. And I just think that a good mastery over the pull-up is so important. And I try to utilize it, whether it be a pull-up or a cable pull-down or a cable row, all of those things, all of those types of movements, just pulling back, defying that position that gravity is trying to force us into, that rounded shoulder, forward head. I've heard it described as like a shrimp posture, curling your body into that shrimp form, and that's just your body being broken down over time by gravity. So, any chance you have to hang from a bar and just strengthen those muscles, strengthen the scapula, strengthen the scapular retractors, any chance you have to work that into your workout, the better. It's a perfect movement for human beings. And recently there have been some studies about health in seniors directly related to grip strength. I'm not 100% sure on the studies, but your grip strength indicates, I believe it's your grip strength indicates your fall risk, your risk of falling. The stronger your grip strength, in theory, the more active of a human being you are, and therefore less of a risk of falls you are, if you can follow that train of thought, which is crazy. So even if for older people, if you can't perform the pull-up, if you can't get all the way, your chin above the bar, even just hanging from the bar, hanging from anything, holding on to anything, building that forearm and that grip strength is so fundamentally healthy and helpful to our human form. It can't be denied. So once you've mastered the pull-up, add some weights, master the weighted pull-up, static holds, great for posture, great for strength. Get out there, hit the pull-ups, people. I'll see you in the next video. Tomorrow's the last day of back squat, small off. Next week starts front squats. Here we go. I'm pumped. Let's do it.